Despite only being in its second season, Tekken 8 has a huge respectable roster of 39 characters. But depending on who you ask, this roster is either low, mid, or like average at best. And honestly, I kind of feel the same way. I would rate this roster a good 7 out of 10. So I thought I would make a fun video talking about 5 characters I would replace to make this roster nigh perfect in my eyes. I'll also talk about 5 characters I would replace over these 5. So as usual, this is just my opinion. It's the only one that matters. If you find yourself being pissed that I remove your character and your character is trash, hey, do me a favor and email Harada. With that out of the way, let's jump right in. So I'm gonna open this list with a very controversial pick, or at least not so controversial in my eyes. And the first character I would delete in this game is Victor Chevalier. Victor, for me, is a representation of what's wrong with modern Tekken, or at least the more modern Tekken, pre-Tekken 6, right? Because Tekken 6, of course, started this with Arlisa. Despite T6 being my favorite Tekken game of all time, I do agree Arlisa did come a bit juiced up with all the weapons. But I think Victor takes that shit to another level. Literally everything he does is just weapons. Everything he does is like random teleports. Like literally his one jab is a karambit, bro. He has karambits for jabs. What gets more Soul Calibur than Victor? Everything. This man has a Glock 9, bro. He pulls out the fucking Glock. And this is actually meta, bro. People do this to close out rounds or poke you at a distance, like Kunimitsu's kunai from T7, basically. He has a sword. He has a Glock 9. He has karambits. And he has some kind of cybernetic ninja force field or some shit. And on top of that, this man's teleports. Like, Victor is just not a Tekken we've grown up to know. Now, I have talked about this issue of Tekken being, based ground martial arts and fantasy, but like I think Victor takes it up way too much, bro. They need to dial it down by deleting this character from this game. Now, to make things clear, I do like Victor's design as a French, just a French character, and I like the idea of the Ravens having this cool ass boss, right? It's pretty cool. So I would keep Victor, but just as like a background character. Like basically MK does this really well. Character might not make the roster, but they still appear in the storyline, they'll still appear in the background. I would want that for Victor, being a boss, commanding the Ravens, and then you have the Ravens in the game who are not as BS in terms of weapons and shit as Victor is. So for that reason alone, I would delete Victor off this game. Alt F4, see ya later, alligator, right? Along Z these nuts, my boy. Alt delete. So I would replace Victor with Olga. Yeah, this one is an obvious one. Olga does deserve to return in this game. You guys always know how I talk about the game missing a beast character and like a boss character, and Olga, in my opinion, would make a perfect fit. As to which Olga, I would want the normal green Olga we all know, true Olga, ancient Olga in normal form, and then true Olga in hit. If it's not the green one, I would give the Miyarizu Olga a chance as well, because I'm still curious to see what they do with the ancient Olga version. I really hope it does have an ancient Olga version, like a pale white ancient Olga. That would be sick. So first character is going to be Victor Chevalier, replaced with true Olga. Second character, this one is a no-brainer. I think everyone will agree with me on this one, is going to be Panda. Bro, 2 bears is overkill. How 2 bears have their own slots in this game is criminal, bro. I don't know how we are not rioting about this shit, bro. These bears are basically the same character, only having a difference with the hit mechanic, right? So delete Panda, bro. Either delete this character or just let Kuma and Panda have the same character slot. That way they can leave some space for an extra character, man. That random Bruce, that random Lay that's missing could have been in the game, because these fuckers have taken 2 slots, bro. Like, this one is a no-brainer. I don't even have to spend all that much time talking about why we need to replace Panda. Personally, I do think Kuma is the cooler bear. I mean, he's a goddamn pseudo Mishima, bro. He's a goddamn bear that does an electric. He's also Heihachi's pet. That alone has merit over whatever the hell Panda has. Panda is just Xiaoyu's pet and nothing more, right? She's just, if anything, she's a nuisance. She distracted my boy Kuma from being him, man. Like, he'd be simping over this bitch, and I'm like, bruh, get this girl out. So yeah, Panda gots to go. She gots to go. And I would replace Panda with, drumroll please, Julia Chang. Yeah, you guys have seen my wish list for season 3, so I'm sure you know which characters I say would make it back. And Julia over Panda is a no-brainer. Julia is one of the OGs. I do love this character. Very technical back in T7. I do hope they rework her streamer persona though. I do prefer the whole spirits thing. It was a bit more deeper, and I hope they do bring back Hello with the ogres. She did have that necklace that was passed down from generation to generation, so I hope she has a good storyline concerning the ogres, and she befriends Mia, because Mia does have an ogre in her. Pause. But like, yeah, Julia for that matter over Panda. Easy W. Let's talk about Clive, because Clive is another character I would replace. Now, given Clive is a DLC Season Pass 2 character, but that don't matter because I'm replacing every single character, including the DLCs in Season 2. Clive basically is just like Victor, the more modern Tekken. The whole introduction of weapons is not all that fun. Now, I do know Yoshi has we've had this conversation before, boys. Please, let's not talk about the Yoshi thing. We've talked about it a bit too much, okay? So Clive, just like Victor, is way too much when it comes to the weapons, bro. Like, they needed to be a bit more grounded like Yoshi, but like this is just absurd. It's over the top. It's way too much. Mans has all the goddamn abilities on top of having a goddamn sword. He's got the get over here, chain from Scorpion. Like, I don't care about Clive all my days. I really hope, dude, like, I hate this character. Clive means I'm not even sorry, bro. I don't even care. I hate this character. I don't know why Namco chose this character over so many other sick potential guest characters. I won't even spend all that much time on Clive because this is another obvious one, bro. He is so caliber, it's not even all that much fun. And if you don't love this character, bro, like, talk about pay to win. This character has so much BS you need to learn. Like, it's insane. So yeah, bro, delete. And I mean delete. Throw the console in the goddamn trash. Delete this character. And I would replace Clive with Lei Wulong. Yeah, bro, easy W. Lei Wulong does deserve to return in this game, and I really hope he gets massively overworked. Something I mentioned a few videos ago. I want him to retire from the police, from the military. Let him be a martial arts master, maybe aged a little bit of gray hairs here and there. Rework his bum ass design from T7, like, make him be this cracked martial arts master with a student under his name. Then maybe in like Tekken 9 we might get a student focused on one particular art that Lei Wulong practiced, maybe drunken master specifically, you know, maybe, I don't know, snake or tiger, something specific for that one character to take over Lei Wulong in future Tekken games. One person gave an example of Jamie in SF6, like Jamie, imagine Jamie as Lei's student, bro. Like, that would be sick in this game, right? So for that matter alone, Lei does deserve to make it back into 8. And let's be honest, they finna cook with Lei in this game. This character will be sick and his animations will be sick, and I think would be a very fun character to play in this game as well. So Lei over Clive, very easy. Another character I would replace, I think a lot of people will agree with me on this one, a bit controversial, but like not that much, is going to be Leo. Now, Leo has had this coming. I think Leo just hasn't clicked with a lot of people since their introduction back in T6. Leo is very stale. For the sake of this video, I'm going to call him, okay? So Leo players, chill. Leo is a very stale character, right? I don't know what it is, but nothing really clicks with Leo. Personality-wise, he's always been white bread, just like Shaheen. So I don't know what they have to do to make people play Leo all that much. Like, even in terms of popularity, he's been in the bottom 10 since season 1. There's just nothing that, like, Leo has no aura. Let me just put it that way, okay? Leo has no aura. The fighting style is okay, but it's like nothing too crazy, nothing that makes you go, whoa, that was sick. Right? He does have cool stuff like this is a cool ass move, but like outside of, I don't know what it is about this character. It's never really clicked with me as to why Leo has been generally unpopular and why people always just don't really care that much about Leo. And this is just not a me thing, boys. Like, if you go back to T6, people are talking about the same thing with Leo. Not an overly loved character. Like, even in Tag 2, Leo was a bit popular in Tag 2 because he had a lot of very strong filler combos and was very strong just as a character. He had stuff like Down 1, which is the counter hit launcher. Down 2 as well. He was strong and very popular on a lot of teams, right? Lars Leo was a very popular team in Tag 2, and that's most of the reason why people played Leo. But outside, like since then, T7 very unpopular, T8 still very unpopular. Personality is hella mid, fighting style is that flashy, and like I think if Leo was taken out of this roster, people would not miss him. I'm sorry, Leo mains, but like that's just the truth. People would not miss Leo if he was replaced. And for that fact alone, this character gots to go. Gots to go because there are better characters worth replacing in this game. Okay, so who would I replace Leo with? I think you guys know. I want my boy Bruce Irvin back. Now, hold on. I know we have Fak in the game. Let's be honest, boys. Fakumram and Bruce are very, very, very different characters. Like, if you just imported Tag 2 Bruce into Tekken 8, they would be so different. People wouldn't even pay all that much attention to the fact that we have two Muay Thai characters in the game. Bruce is a very different character. Animations, gameplay-wise, archetype, he's just very, very different. Bruce is more counter-hit focused character, very patient character. Fak is a very, you have to get the mix-ups in with the strings, the guard breaks, the Rama stance. That's like Fakumram's new gig. Bruce was very patient, counter-hit heavy, and had chain throws. They could make a focus on Bruce's chain throws and counter-hit play as a replacement for Leo. And I always wish for Bruce and Fak to be rivals. I think it would be a fun rivalry. Like, I think, was it King J who suggested that imagine if Bruce was a character that captured Fakumram's wife and children, was held him captive, because Bruce is still working for Kaz from the last we know. He lost his memory after a plane crash, and Kaz is like, Bruce is like Kaz's bodyguard, which is kind of sick to me because Kaz is his own bodyguard, So I think Bruce would make a good addition to the game. And for the fifth and final character I would replace in this game, and you guys know, this is going to be Shaheen. Okay, now this one is a bit difficult. It was between Shaheen and Alisa, because even Alisa represents a lot of the modern Tekken, and I don't think Alisa is a character anyone would miss if she was replaced in the game as well. But what I like about Alisa specifically is she's I like the idea of a robot. Like, I like her story, right? Dr. B designed Alisa basically in the image of her daughter, so it's kind of touching for me to have a storyline, and I do kind of like the cutesy stuff with Lars because I am a Lars player, cough, so. But honestly, between Shaheen and Shaheen and Alisa, both of them would be a choice to replace, okay? But for the video specifically, I have gone with Shaheen because, boy, let's be honest, the same issues Leo suffers with is what Shaheen suffers with as well. I think with Shaheen, it goes in a bit deeper in terms of playstyle as well. I still think they don't know what to do with Shaheen, boys, in terms of gameplay, right? I like the idea of the slide. They changed the animation of the slide in this game. But we've had Lo and Lee who have an emphasis on slide mix-ups as well. So like Shaheen came in Tekken 7 and was like, okay, this character has basic tools that a good character would have, right? Down forward 2, a down forward 1, you know, a good homing move, like basic generic stuff that a good character has. They just put all that stuff on Shaheen and called it a day, right? No identity in terms of gameplay, nothing really unique, nothing special. On top of that, his personality is also ass. So like, what are they trying to do with this character? Now they're giving him plus frames, they're giving him a running 2, up 1, size of 1 plus 2. Like, why are they giving him plus frames now? That's not his archetype, right? It's supposed to focus on the slide and maybe the guard break. They had something good going here, but now it seems they're just going off the charts, right? He still stayed in the bottom 5 since season 1, by the way, in terms of character popularity, which is crazy. So for that matter, I would replace Shaheen as well. Again, Alisa can also be here, right? As an honorable mention, I would have this side by side because, yeah, Alisa Boy is, but no one cares about Alisa, let's be honest. Okay, people just don't like that character. So Shaheen would be the final character I would replace on this list. So who would I replace Shaheen with? Honestly, for me, all the main characters I've wanted in this game I have mentioned in terms of Lei Wulong, True Olga, and Julia, as well as Bruce, right? So this one would be a very flex heavy spot. If you would say Kunimitsu, that would be okay with me. I do like Kuni, but I want to keep it grounded and reduce on the weapon characters as well. So I would not bring back Kuni for that aspect. But again, I wouldn't mind. I do like Kuni. She's a well-designed character, right? An OG as well. I would not mind Kuni. But for me, I would bring in Jinpachi Mishima. Yes, I would replace Kuni with Jinpachi Mishima. Sorry, I would replace Shaheen or Alisa with Jinpachi. The reason I would bring Jinpachi is to have a DLC storyline with Heihachi talking about the past or the beginning of the Mishima Zaibatsu, or is it the G-Corp? Is it Heihachi G-Corp or the Mishima Zaibatsu? I think it's the Mishima Zaibatsu. And tell us a story of how Heihachi betrayed Jinpachi and took over the Mishima Zaibatsu. So I think that would be a good DLC storyline. Go back in the past and bring back Jinpachi just for that, kind of how they did Kazumi in Tekken 7. I also want Jinpachi back because they're missing big bodies in this game. There are not enough big bodies. We only have Jack and the Bears, right? Fact does not count because, you know, he is kind of slim and he does have a good side step, at least better than the big bodies. So I would want Jinpachi Mishima just for that matter. And of course, he is a Mishima, but not the general Mishima with like the electric and stuff. But again, boss character, we need presence of bosses. But what the hell? Kuma do not count as bosses. We need Jinpachi, Olga, bro. We need fucking bosses on this roster. So easy replacement, Alisa stroke Shaheen over Jinpachi. So those are the characters I would replace, or at least the 5 characters, because trust me, there are more. But 5 is a good number. In overall, I would think this would make this roster a good 9 out of 10 in my opinion. But hey, boys, as usual, that's just me. That's just my opinion. Any mains of these characters I've mentioned, I would love to hear your case. Defend your character and tell me why they deserve to stay on this roster. Why am I talking shit about Shaheen and Leo? I don't know. You tell me. Do they not deserve to be replaced? Are they goated characters? Let's talk about it. Most importantly, I would also love to hear you guys' list. These videos have been fun and I love the interaction. Tell me which 5 characters you would replace and tell me which 5 characters you would add in their position. Let's talk about it as always, boys. Thank you so much as usual for taking the time to watch this video. If you made this far, please don't forget to that like button, and as usual, please subscribe if you find yourself on my channel multiple times. Hey, it means you love my content. Come on, you know you do. So drop that sub, boys. Help me get to 10k, and yeah, keep the grind going. As usual, from the friend that be ever in your favor. GG.